debunking this fake lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RH, which lies and prop
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Redman on the Broken Man. Tonight, we're going to discuss a little bit of stuff, but before, we're going to do a little stream sniping. So, if you don't know, Rachel Wilson, wife of Andrew Wilson, recently on Joe Rogan's podcast, discussing, the occult feminism, and some dumb, stupid idiot, decided to, make, some stupid comments, and I'll be honest with you, I've been looking at this all day as far as what was going down, stuff like this. And apparently, this lady decided, yay, we are, on for it. So we're going to stream snipe this for a bit. Let me see if I can get Rumble, because one of the good things is, as far as, Crucible goes, is they kind of hijack some shit. Oh shit, are they not streaming on Rumble tonight? Oh, that sucks. I don't want to go on the YouTube. I really don't. Let me see if I can get it. There we go. Let's see if he's doing Rumble tonight. Yeah, he is. Awesome. Great. So we are actually gonna go all the way back. Let's see here. So apparently, yeah, he's got some good shit. He's got some new intros and stuff. So apparently, this lady, Hollow Earth Turf on X, RFH. Still trying to figure out who the hell that is. RFH. And Artemis Cultist. Loosh Harvester. Infinite love is the only truth. Everything else is an illusion. She's got some stupid stuff on her stuff. She really does. I mean, I've been watching a little bit of stuff, but at the same time, she's been going back and forth and decided, yay, I'm going to debate this woman. And then at last minute, because typically, they like to go cam, everybody wants to put your face up there. And yeah, it didn't happen. So, we're going to stream snipe this a bit. We're a little bit behind. They're still there. But nonetheless, let's see what's going on. Wrong one. Wrong one. There we go. Oh no. I have no sound. I have no sound. I have no sound. I have no. Well, shit balls. Well, let's see if.
So basically, I had asked her. I'm just gonna let me just see what she says here. This is a good opportunity as well. If anybody wants to debate Rachel,
her job is to basically debate people
please email
online
me
to
at
be a podcaster,
moderndaydebate@gmail.com. It's very difficult, to be honest, to find opponents for
in
the
fact,
Wilsons.
Rachel is also divorced like myself and had children, and their first didn't work out. And thank God she had feminism, because she was actually able to work and then support her child and not starve. So thank God she had.
I can't believe that James is allowing this cheating to go on.
Yeah,
But this will, if him pushing this debate after I already set the restriction that this chick needs to cam up.
It's just funny to me that
You're not.
I guess there's a tendency
Cheating.
to do this. They don't understand benefiting from it right now at this very moment.
Blah, blah, blah.
So I think it'll be
let's listen in for a few bits.
interesting to talk to Rachel about this.
What do you mean it's not lame? That this was a restriction I put in place. If you don't cam up,
Rachel just doesn't know it yet.
unbelievable.
With that, we'll kick it over to Rachel for her opening as well. The floor is all yours, Rachel.
Well, this is a disappointment. First of all, Radfem Hitler over here didn't cam up, didn't tell James or I that she was going to refuse to cam up, which is
Never on camera.
That's my opening. I didn't interrupt your opening. Didn't say she was going to do that, sprung it on us at the last minute, so James just went for it anyway, which is fine. She said that she'd watched my Joe Rogan episode. Can't possibly be true, because her whole opening was addressed in the podcast episode. This absurd accusation that I am a feminist benefiting from feminism because I can write books or do podcasts or do debates is silly. I explained on the Joe Rogan podcast that anti-suffragists and suffragists were doing public debates in the middle 1800s. It was never illegal for women to speak publicly.
Experience
they were never
matters.
banned from doing so. Mary Wollstonecraft was supporting herself as a single mother, an unmarried single mother, with her writing and her speaking in the 1700s. So this, largely what my book is about, and what the Joe Rogan podcast was about, was debunking these feminist lies and the false framing that they use. She said, I'm the one who doesn't understand what life was like under the patriarchy. I'm the one that wrote a whole book on it, which, by the way, is now in the top 30 on Amazon in books in general.
Start this over, and we're actually going to switch it over to, we're going to switch it over to this. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to go to modern day debate. I don't want to listen to.
I think this whole debate is going to be pretty interesting, because Rachel is probably one of the biggest benefactors of feminism in many ways. I mean, she's here tonight debating someone, and her job is to basically debate people online and to be a podcaster, something that would have never been available to her without it. And in fact, Rachel is also divorced like myself and had children in their first marriage, and it didn't work out. And thank God she had feminism, because she was actually able to work and then support her child and not starve. So thank God she had that option. Rachel is a great benefactor of feminism, and it's really worked out well in her favor. So I argue that Rachel is already a feminist. She already lives as a feminist does. And it's just funny to me that I guess there's a tendency for people to do this. They don't understand the privileges that they have and have been granted to them, and they don't understand the lives of the people who lived before them. They imagine a Disney World view of what patriarchy looked like, of what women's lives looked like, and yeah, they don't know what they have, even though that they're living in it right now, even though they're benefiting from it right now at this very moment. So I think it'll be yeah, interesting to talk to Rachel about this. As really, we're just two feminists talking, debating each other about feminism. Rachel just doesn't know it yet.
With that, we'll kick it over to Rachel for her opening as well. The floor is all yours, Rachel.
Well, this is a disappointment. First of all, Rad Femme Hitler over here didn't cam up, didn't tell James or I that she was going to refuse to cam up, which is
Never on camera.
That's my opening. I didn't interrupt your opening. Didn't say she was going to do that, sprung it on us at the last minute, so James just went for it anyway, which is fine. She said that she'd watched my Joe Rogan episode. Can't possibly be true because her whole opening was addressed in the podcast episode. This absurd accusation that I am a feminist benefiting from feminism because I can write books or do podcasts or do debates is silly. I explained on the Joe Rogan podcast that anti-suffragists and suffragists were doing public debates in the middle 1800s. It was never illegal for women to speak publicly. They were never banned from doing so. Mary Wollstonecraft was supporting herself as a single mother, an unmarried single mother, with her writing and her speaking in the 1700s. So this, largely what my book is about and what the Joe Rogan podcast was about was debunking these feminist lies and the false framing that they use. She said, I'm the one who doesn't understand what life was like under the patriarchy. I'm the one that wrote a whole book on it, which, by the way, is now in the top 30 on Amazon in books in general right now. So thank you to everybody who watched the episode and went out and bought the book. You guys are awesome. But yeah, the whole book is about debunking this fake lies and propaganda spread by feminists like RFH, which, you know, she wanted to talk about me being divorced. The reason that that happened was not because of anything I did. I didn't pick up and leave.
All right, hold on, RFH. All right, you've interrupted twice during Rachel's opening. You refuse to use your camera. Turn on your camera so we know that you're not cheating. You've already interrupted twice.
I'm not cheating, and you're not going to longhouse me into doing whatever.
Turn on your camera.
If you don't want to have this,
listen,
no.
you've already interrupted
if you don't want to have this debate,
listen,
I don't.
You've already interrupted twice.
This thing's done.
And you won't
this
turn
thing
on
is
your camera.
done.
This debate is over unless you turn on your camera.
Then I guess it's over. I'm not turning it on. I've already explained this. I'm very pregnant right now. I don't want to invite the world in on my life in that way.
This was a cheap ploy to get out of debating me. She
It's
didn't want
not
to
a cheap
debate
ploy.
me.
I'm never on.
She has no idea what she's talking about. I'm far better at this. I'm way more
not,
informed.
Rachel. You don't even understand basic fucking economics.
Hold on. I've already explained. This is basic. I've already explained. Turn your camera on. You've already interrupted Rachel twice. So we already know you're cheating in that way. If you're going
I'm cheating because I.
All right, I'm just going to keep you muted because now you're admitting to cheating. If you're not going to have your camera on,
can you
so we know
hear?
you're not cheating, then this is dumb.
Damn.
I'm not cheating because I said I never said that.
You just
How
said
did I?
you were
Did I need the
cheating
internet?
because
No,
blah,
I
blah,
didn't.
Blah, blah, blah.
Can you fucking hear?
Damn.
Can either
Listen,
of you
the
hear?
camera- listen, if you're turn
Dude,
on
this
your
is
camera or
insane.
I'm booting
this
you.
fucking thing's done.
Then boot me. I'm not doing this.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Damn. Damn. I don't think I've ever seen this. Holy shit.
1 second. I accidentally booted Rachel too. That's
Oh my
embarrassing.
goodness.
Okay. So
Wow.
2 seconds. I will bring Rachel back on, but folks, sorry. RFH was interrupting during Rachel's opening, and 2, RFH refused to use the camera so that we couldn't confirm that she was not cheating. So I am going to welcome just really quick because I don't want Rachel to, I didn't mean to boot Rachel like that, is I am going to send Rachel I'm going to send Rachel the Zoom link just so I can apologize because I did not mean to boot Rachel. So I'm sorry about that, Rachel, but
Damn.
I would say a couple things is one, when a person interrupts during a person's opening, that's another thing, but it is true that now we also have the issue of people potentially cheating with their...
What the fuck? Stupid ads.
Just emailed the link, Rachel. So yeah, I am sorry. I do want to apologize, Rachel. I did not mean to boot you. But we have the added concern that people can basically just type in whatever their opponent says with ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT that, hey, debate me on this subject, and then they can basically just... So I'm not saying that what's her name was, although I will say she did interrupt twice during the opening.
She did.
And so that was something where I'm like, okay,
Well, let's see what
very clearly
let's see what
go along with this just because she wasn't going to use.
Let's see what Andrew's talking about, shall we?
Members only invasion or siege too? Yeah, we're going to try to do one of those once a month. Invasions are boring anyway. Exactly. So stop donating for them. Wilson family's been killing it. Way to casually skip to the top. Didn't know JRE was doing Make-A-Wish. Mean. That's mean. It hurts my feelings.
That was hurt.
Then the guy's like, I'm a big fan of your debates, Andrew. They're great. Keep going. They're fantastic. I know, man. So Make-A-Wish
Foundation. Wrap up. We're not going to actually have this debate. I'm going to welcome Rachel back on because I am sorry about that, Rachel. Rachel, sorry for booting you as well. That was just like... You can find Rachel's link in the description box below. And sorry, folks, we were hoping for an actual debate. But like I said, it is becoming an issue where if people are going to...
can't cheat.
Potentially
you can't follow the rules.
ChatGPT, like, hey, debate with me. I'm going to, and then they just type in whatever Rachel says and just do that. It's like we're not going to... I just feel like it's not a genuine debate. We want people to defend their actual beliefs.
I don't think this is not surprising to me. I told Andrew, I said, I highly doubt she's going to really do this because she wasn't answering to either of us on social media. And then she just kind of said, yeah. And, you're giving her the prompt, you're asking her questions, and she's just kind of like phoning it and going, yep. So I think she showed up not on cam on purpose, was as combative as possible on purpose to get out of this because everybody online was saying, you can't back out now. You said you would do it. You said you would. And so I think that was her cheap way of getting out of having to do an actual debate because even her pathetic opening are all criticisms that I addressed right on the Rogan podcast and have addressed multiple other times. So if she wants to cam up and come back, she's saying it's an invasion of privacy. It's like, how is showing yourself from here up? You don't have to show us your pregnant belly. You don't have to show us your house. Even, some of my other opponents who maybe are not beauty models or something were like totally willing to come on and cam up. There's no reason she can't do that, even if she's pregnant.
That was pretty sad. So. That's pretty sad. So, yeah. The top thing. Boom. There you go. So let's talk about Iran. So Iran fucked around and found out. And everybody knew it was coming. This was telegraphed, guys. I mean, come on. Let's be real. 2 carrier groups headed straight toward that area. It was like do Morse code telling everybody this shit was about to go down. And what's funny is Iran decided, they were going to, be a paper tiger. That's what they have been for I don't know how long. They are a huge, huge country. When I say huge country, here in the U.S., if you don't know, they're about 2.5 times the size of Texas. Texas is the second largest state in the U.S. Landmass wise, it's huge. Iran, 2.5 times. Big country. But at the same time, they have been hit with economic sanctions. They have been, deterred. They're only two customers for oil and resources and stuff like that is China and Russia. Nobody else. Okay. So Trump pretty much drew the line. So one thing that that most people don't understand, and I've been reading, the news, or I've been watching the news, I've been reading the news all day, is, this is, the coming of the, Third World War. No. If they didn't recognize what happened with Venezuela and Maduro, and what this U.S. government did, and what Trump is about, you guys haven't a freaking clue. Okay, his second term is totally, don't fuck with me. You will find out. Okay, and I've been saying, I was wanting this. I was expecting this. Not the attacks on Iran, just Trump's way of governing and Trump's way of doing things, okay, was what I wanted him to do in his first term. And unfortunately, in his first term, he relied on a bunch of idiots. He relied upon a bunch of cronies. He relied upon a bunch of, old guard. And unfortunately for him, he screwed up. He took a lot of bad advice, and he lost his second term. Then he came back. He came back with a vengeance, came back with a plan, came back with a team that he could rely upon to do the job that he wanted done. And he has been like a freaking eagle in the air, targeting specifically. Now, when we attacked them the end of last year for their nuclear uranium enrichment sites, nothing. They didn't do anything. They were like, what the F? What did we do? What did we do? And so, I don't think that anybody actually understands. I really don't. Except for the people in this administration. They think they have a clue. They think that they have an idea. No, I honestly don't think they do. This was the guy that I voted for. This specific version, whether you agree or disagree with his actions, whether you agree or disagree with how he is going about doing things, at the same time, I'm telling you right now, this right here, this guy right here, go in, take the shit out, let's be done with it. And this is what happens. You know, the entire, you know, boom. I mean, it's just, you know, crazy. And here it is. Okay? Let's here's this.
محمد اسم چیه؟ اسم چیه؟ خیلی خوبه.
Hear them say Trump. They're celebrating Trump.
زدن. زدن.
Yeah, history's gonna remember him, and he's gonna be he's gonna remember for the next 2 weeks. Now, the people who are living in Iran or who have escaped Iran, they'll remember him, and they're gonna remember his regime. Okay, they're gonna remember him, but us in the U.S., most people in the world, he's a footnote in history. He really is. He's a footnote in history. And it took this administration, it took this president to actually go, you know, we're done. We're done. We are done. Now, there have been several presidents and administrations who have threatened this shit. But at the same time, you know, this guy is a completely different breed. Now, there have been, you know, several hits. There have been several missile strikes. Here's one. This one right here. There it is. Don't know why there's no sound going. But that's regardless. Maybe there's no sound. But this is an actual hit in Dubai. This was a hit in Dubai just a few minutes ago. Got past their defenses, stuff like that. And it is one of those things where, you know, and this right here is when they announced it.
انا لله و انا الیه راجعون. ملت بزرگ ایران، روح بلند پیشوای ملت بزرگ ایران و پیشقراول امت اسلامی حضرت امام خامنه ای با نوشیدن شهد گوارای شهادت در ماه مبارک رمضان به ملکوت اعلا پیوست. شورای عالی امنیت ملی در این زمینه بیانیه‌ای به این شرح صادر کرده است. انا لله و انا الیه راجعون.
Iran has confirmed.
ملت بزرگ ایران، روح بلند پیشوای
Their dear Ayatollah has been eliminated. So now it's up to the Iranians. It's up to the Iranian to dictate their fate. Trump told them, you know, this is your time. This is, you know, this is what we want to do. And now this is what we get. This is what we get. This is celebration. This is what's going on in Iran. Celebration. You can't deny the fact. You can't deny the fact that these people did not want the 80-something%. 80-something%. In fact, if I am not mistaken, let's see here. Oh shit, that's not what I was wanting. There we go. Oh shit, there you go, right here. So this is an actual right here. I'm gonna put this back. This is Patrick David Bett.
The supreme leader of Iran, Ali Khamenei, is officially dead. They killed him. They found his body. Reports came in. Let me tell you why this is big. This is not killing a president. This is not killing a prime minister. This is not killing a king. You're killing the supreme leader of a religion. This is number 2 to God. They killed. And by the way, the last time the supreme leader was alive, I was in Iran. It was June 3rd, 89. When he died, Khomeini, I was in fifth grade at a school called Gulbenkian, and it was chaotic in Iran because their hero died. This guy didn't die. They killed him. By the way, according to reports, 81% of Iranians hate this regime and they want it to be changed. Not 61%, not 51%, not 31%. Nearly 81% want this person to be gone, and he's gone. So what happens next? Trump killed Qasem Soleimani. Reputation. Now he kills the supreme leader, combined with a couple different countries. How many people are on IRGC side? How many countries? Maybe a handful? Who's supporting them? Who? You don't think people are sitting there saying, well, about 180 countries are against you. Why? Because how many countries go around the world saying death upon America, death upon America, death upon infidels? Who says that? You don't think the president and his team wanted to negotiate with you guys to say, just say you're never going to have nuclear weapons? No, just for 3 years so you can be out and then we can get another Biden in and we can go out there and do all that stuff. So look, whether you're not happy about this because you're an anti-war person, which I totally get. No one wants to. I lived there as a kid. I saw people dying and no one wants that. It was the most anxiety, panic as a little boy. Nobody should experience that. Till today, certain sounds still get me because I go back to being a boy, and I was in the U.S. Army here. Nobody wants to see this happen, except maybe if your name is John Bolton and Lindsey Graham. But for everybody else who is wanting the world to be a safer place, if this gets quickly like this and everybody else sits around and says, hey guys, they're about to kill you and your kids, and you, who's next? Let's just work with these guys. What do you want to do? Guys, we're done. Surrender. Put the flag. We're done, guys. What do you want to do next? Let's make it work. Let's your people go elect somebody they want as a president, whoever it is. Let's go back to having good diplomacy. Let's stop being the agent of chaos in the Middle East, and let's make it a safer place. So, very interesting day for me. Because,
I mean, seriously. He is seeing his country. He's seeing his country liberated. And at no point in time can you say, there's just way too much celebration as far as the Iran people go. I mean, it's just crazy. Here is boom, right here. This is posted I mean, there is an actual war going on. Not a war, battle. Their country targeted. You can't tell me. It's just one of those things where there are, there's boom. Australia, Canada, Britain, Switzerland, Germany, France. People are celebrating this. They are celebrating this. So you can't tell me, this shit isn't intense. Celebrations, cars honking in Iran as people react to al-Shaman and the Supreme Ayatollah's death. It's just crazy. Fireworks and celebration. I mean, boom. Here's another one. Just, people celebrating. At no point in time. And yet you have idiots. You have idiots who decide that they're gonna be like, oh no, this isn't good. This is bad. Yeah, there are those. You have people out there who are supporting Iran. I mean, it's really crazy. It's really crazy. And then you got these. Here. This is crazy right here. Right here. If you don't know what he's saying, he's pretty much saying anybody who's against Iran, we support you. This is an Al-Qaeda. This is an Al-Qaeda leader. This is an Al-Qaeda leader saying, good job, guys. How in the hell? How in the hell are we able to not actually go, okay, so what is actually wrong? What is actually wrong with this? So here's my theory, okay? Besides the fact that Iran, didn't want to come to the table, didn't want to stop enriching uranium, you have to also understand geopolitics, okay? 20% of China's oil comes from Iran. Okay? Iran is a very oil-rich company, or oil-rich country, very oil-rich. So this isn't just, about, freeing Iran. I'm telling you right now, it's not. Whether you want to believe it or not, whether you want to think so or not, it doesn't really matter. The fact of the matter is, this is not, because you have to understand, Trump has always been American first. Okay? Trump has always been America first. So what does America first deal with targeting Iran? A, we don't want them to enrich uranium because that leads to nuclear weapons, right? Okay. Then, what else do they have? Oil-rich country. Who's their biggest customer? China. Who's our greatest world adversary? China. Put two and two together. U.S. first. Let's do this. So that's what they did. And so far, as I've seen so far, there has been really nothing right now, as far as what's going on, just for the simple fact being that, it's been quiet. I'm trying to see if there's anything new. Latest. Nothing to see here. Post. Check back later. So yeah. Iran decided, we are, we're going to make sure that, this shit doesn't happen. And that's exactly what they did. Now, Matt Morrison's back on. He was on since like 4:30 this morning. Let's tune in. Let's see. Let's see if let's see what he has got to say, if he knows anything, because he's been keeping up with this shit. They've been attacking like left and right.
We are tilting our camera here. What do we have?
This is
Israel. Big zoom out. A stutter there.
They're not showing the skyline because they don't want Iran to be able to, because in the last attacks, they used actual skylines to pinpoint targeted areas and stuff like that. So they really, most of the Israeli citizens don't show the actual skyline of.
So this is the very curious dynamic.
City in Tehran.
This might be the third time where the sirens have gone off in the last hour, in the last 45 minutes. 3 times now, it seems like we've had these sirens go off and nothing happens. There's nothing in the sky. We don't end up actually seeing anything.
That's a good thing.
So, I mean, you can come to 2 conclusions here: false alarm, or that they are just intercepting these missiles so far out that they're not even appearing on our camera feed.
That's a possibility.
They must just be knocking these things out of the sky way, way, way far out.
That's a possibility.
We haven't even seen anything.
We haven't. So if you haven't,
we do have some new footage here.
All day.
This is an Iranian suicide drone getting shot down over Kuwait not long ago. Suicide drone.
Boom.
Yeah, and you can see that. Is it going to blow up? A little bit. The Iranian suicide drone got shot down over Kuwait.
Nice.
Something popped that thing. Something popped that thing right out of the sky. Someone said, "Where's Kuwait?" Right here.
All right.
Okay,
I gotta
right
take
here.
a piss
Kind of
real
right
quick.
in the epicenter. Right in the
I'll
middle
be
of
right
all
back.
of it.
I'm gonna let this play for just a few minutes.
And so Kuwait, they've been getting battered also. The international Kuwait airport, the Kuwaiti airport took some suicide drone damage yesterday afternoon. They're right in the middle. The drones are flying overhead. Let me try to do my best to get caught up on super chats here. Longtime fan of your show, just wondering how close we are from having the Golden Dome built. You know, I don't know. I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you. That's a good question. I couldn't tell you. 9170. Thank you very much. No, I'm not sure. I want to say, if I remember properly, that funding for it was allocated with the One Big Beautiful Bill, which got passed, what, like 10 months ago or 9 months ago or something. So I think they got it funded within the last year. But beyond that, no, I'm actually not sure. That's a good question. I'll have to look into that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Flynn, he says, Matt, just saw on another show that President Trump has an executive order to require paper ballots in midterms if the Senate can't get this act together. Yeah, we've talked a lot about that here on my show. Yep, that's right. Trump is a backup plan if the Save America Act falls through. You're right about that. Thank you. Ideally, we just get the act passed. Lowercase EL, he says, thank you, Matt. A massive super chat, by the way. Thank you very much. He says, thank you, Matt, for showing what the real world is actually like. Conflict is inevitable. Always bad actors. Our ability to conduct a war in this manner is truly impressive and shows just how far we've come. It is, you know, regardless of whether or not you're super happy about what has gone on over the last day. It's every time stuff like this happens,
drain the lizard.
You love it, you hate it, whatever. You need to acknowledge, everyone must acknowledge, even if you're not American, you might be a European guy, you need to acknowledge the U.S. military. Not only are we number one, but we are number one. Our military is number one by a mile, by 10 miles. Nobody is even close. The United States.
Comfy and lifting at 60? I found the perfect bra and I have to share it with my fellow seniors. I used to struggle with back hook, but this front hooks are so convenient. The fabric is ultra stretchy, so seamless, so silky. I feel like wearing nothing at all. Aging loosen my muscles, sagging breasts pull me down, and causing back pain. This innovative cross-back band...
Show of force that we've seen here.
Sorry about that. Had a little bit of
another recent reminder is what just happened in Venezuela.
I'm trying to see if anything else. Several explosions were heard in Dubai after a latest wave of Iranian strikes.
I mean, think about the message that was sent by nature.
Dubai is really getting hit. They've gotten hit a few times. Here's Dohar. Here's Dohar. This is Dohar in Qatar. There's some. This is Tel Aviv. Looked like this was a few minutes ago. Those birds don't like this. Got some crazy stuff going on. We've got it looks like a few minutes ago, this is unconfirmed footage, shows drone approaching Dubai International Airport. They got a lot of drones. They have a lot of drones. Don't know exactly what they're trying to hit, but interesting, nothing to say. Let's see here. see if there's any more. Looks like Qatar is stating their expression that, don't fuck with us. Now, here's an example. This is 1979. This is 1979 Iran. This is 1979 Iran. Granted, that's a nice thing. But still, I mean, this is Iran, 1979. Iran. Look at that. And people wonder why or what's going on. Yeah, it's crazy to see that a majority of these people are, here's some footage of Dubai. This is really, I mean, Iran. I mean, this is the funny thing about this is, this is what's weird is Iran is targeting sister Muslim countries because of their cooperation with the U.S. And at no point in time did they ever think that that this would happen. Here's some footage of this is Tel Aviv. Images still get out. You got to admit that this is a new age. Okay? We're not stuck on CNN trying to find out exactly, what they were doing or what they're saying. Waiting 15-30 minutes just to find news stuff and stuff like that. We can see some of this in real time, and that's the good stuff. And I think that's a good thing. Which is kind of funny. I mean, you got, that's Saudi Arabia. Iran attacked Saudi Arabia. So they're like, oh, we're just going to continue to, irritate and, target nations that would predominantly be a friendly nation, you would think, in a Muslim world, and they're not. And it's hilarious how some of the stuff is. Let's skip over this and let's tune back into hold on. There we go. We're gonna tune back into Mike Morrison. Let's see what they've got. Because he's got some good shit going on.
Taking some damage. And by the way, it's not even collateral damage. Iran has been targeting them. It's not accidental. Oh. Okay. I have a photo. Yep. Okay. Stand by here. An Iranian drone or missile just hit the Crown Plaza. It's a 5-star hotel complex in Bahrain. 5-star hotel complex in Bahrain just got hit by either a drone or a missile.
Ouch.
And we have some other... Here's a high-res, high-def photo. And we're back to Tel Aviv here. Back to Tel Aviv. Oh.
Do you support Israel and the Jewish people? Now, more than ever, Israel needs committed...
So I'll tell you here, in the last hour, in the last 60 minutes exactly, we have heard this siren go off 5 times now. This is siren number 5 in the last 60 minutes. And we have yet to see anything. Not once in the last hour.
So this right here is a footage this is footage of as you can see from Jordan, an Iranian ballistic missile. Damn. A little bit of IDF shares some stuff. I mean, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy.
You, brother, why do you put lady friend in quotes? Is this a gay thing? Are you gay? Is this a gay thing? Why do you put lady friend in quotes? Is this something gay? Is it a lady boy? Are you dating a lady boy or a trans person?
Wow.
Hey, I don't know. You know what? I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure it's a woman. I'm sure it's a real woman, a real beautiful woman. A really beautiful woman. Only the most beautiful for you, I'm sure.
Really?
I know. Hey, thank you. Shout out. Thank you to the lady friend, to the lady friend. Shout out. That's great. Thank you very much. What the hell's going on? I'm trying to flip on my damn air conditioner over there, and it's not turning on.
Who needs air conditioning?
Getting hot in here.
Who needs air conditioning? Nobody does.
Oh, I think it's turning on. It's turning on now. Thank God. Anyway, I'm looking for footage coming out of Iran. Very difficult to find live footage.
Really slow. Really slow.
Right now, this is our live feed. You know what? I think because I keep seeing people asking, here's what I'm going to do.
People think Andrew's putting his voice on. This is the way I sound in real life. I've gotten it my entire life. People will see me in person. My voice does not match my face. It doesn't match me either. I'm a sort of I guess not really slim necessarily, but I'm not exactly what you'd call like a big burly type person that would generally have a voice like this. So people are always like, dang, you have like a radio voice. I'm like, I guess so. So I guess we're putting it to good use. But anyways, moving on to our...
What's funny, man, is that we'll go around in public, folks. We didn't get this a lot in Alabama, but once we moved our headquarters out here to Utah, which is basically just where we live, once we moved out here to Utah, basically everybody that we talked to in public would be like, are you a singer? Do you do radio? Are you on TV? And we're like, no, YouTube, but not TV or anything. And then people are like, are you a singing man, Kathleen? Sing a song. And we don't sing. Like, we're terrible at singing. You can ask anyone who's been around for a minute. We've tried it. It's bad. But anyways, we're on to the next one.
We also have a $50 support from none other than Chris Feilbach. And thank you very much, Chris, for that 50.
Let's see what's going on. Let's see what else is going on.
Almost right off of Gaza. You see a series of U.S. Strato tankers flying around. This guy was running laps. You see a series of U.S. Strato tankers, and you have to assume every time we are able to publicly track a U.S. military vessel or any military vessel for that matter on flight radar, it's because they are allowing us to track them.
It's crazy.
At a minimum, they don't care if we see them. If they really didn't want us to know that they were flying Strato tankers off the coast of Gaza, then they would go dark. They'd flip off the transponder, yeah. Now down over here, let's go take a look at the Persian Gulf. Let me flip off military vessels. Let's flip on passenger vessels. So still, what do we see? Total airspace shutdown of Bahrain, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, total Kuwaiti airspace shutdown, total Iraqi airspace shutdown. Really just astounding. There's the Caspian Sea. It occurred to me the other day, what happened in, I don't know, what was it, maybe 320 BC ballpark, don't quote me, around 320, 315 BC.
This is a problem.
Alexander the Great traveled all the way from Macedon. Northern Greece, there's North Macedon, it's a country today. He crossed the Hellespont, he conquered the Iberian Peninsula, he conquered all of the Levant. Egypt, he conquered it, they made him the pharaoh. He traveled east, he conquered the Babylonians, he conquered the Persians. He came over, he combated the nomadic Saka tribes up here in what?
So this right here is Bahrain. Nice little smoke going on right there. Not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. Not good. It is by far crazy. That's AI. That's AI. There's a lot of stupid people on here trying to justify in any other way, or to tell whatever people that holy cow, that's like 13 minutes ago. So far there hasn't really been a whole lot of updates in the skies of Tel Aviv. This is actually probably going to be looks like it's probably going to be a quiet night. Probably going to be a quiet night because no matter what you want to say or what you want to do. Let's see here. Live in the streets. No, that's not it. All right, let's look at this. Let me get past these commercials. Let's listen to this. Damn. These are scenes of Israeli Defense Forces, as well as Saudi, as well as surrounding areas, intercepting ballistic and drone missiles. Ballistic missiles as well as drones. These are crazy. Now you have to understand that most of these guys in Iran, they're still trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. I don't think that they know. I don't think that, I mean, they have no leadership. They're just like, press the frickin' button. Load this stuff up. Because you're still going to have hardcore supporters. This is Tel Aviv. This is currently Tel Aviv. That's live. Now there's... Damn. That's crazy. Some interception going on there. Oh yeah. Ooh. That one got through. That one got through. Well, at least one got through. Holy cow. Somebody's getting a phone call. Answer your phone. Answer your phone. A couple of them got through. So, this is the funny thing about it. Look at all those lights. You would think. Now, the Brits, back in World War II, they shut all that shit down. So the bombers couldn't see and stuff like that. Look at that. There's still lights. I mean, there are people in those buildings. You can't tell me that people are like, we're just going to leave the lights on and just going to continue on. No. It's crazy. There's another one. And it got intercepted. It got intercepted. Didn't even come close. Didn't even come close. telling you now. And there's lots of people out there celebrating. Iron Dome, baby. Iron Dome. This is in Haifa, Israel. In Tel Aviv. Boom. That one got through. This is the sad part about it is here in the U.S., I don't know what we'd be doing. We don't have bunkers. We don't have anything, but it's just amazing. It's amazing that all those lights are still on. It seriously is. Because, to be honest with you, in a blitzkrieg, which is similar to, I mean, this is similar. It's not exactly similar. You know, they're not needing lights. They're using targeting and stuff like that. They're just launching shit. But at the same time, it's still just one of those things where you're like, you know, damn. It's kind of hard to target things if you can't see. Just, you know, kind of curious. My point. I don't know. I could be wrong. I know my wife's gonna come in here and get mad at me because I'm smoking in my office. She doesn't like me doing that. This is Jerusalem. Huh. Let me see if there's anything more on here. Let me see if we can find more stuff. MacArthur, Enforcer. No. Come on. Let's go. Let's see. 3 hours ago, 2 hours ago, 1 hour ago, 24 minutes. That's boring. That's boring. Lots of stuff. Huh. That's Jerusalem. That is crazy. You know what's funny is I've been flipping through TikTok as well, trying to see if there's any live footage from TikTok, and there hasn't been a whole lot, to be honest with you. We don't like that.
I agree.
Gotta mute that shit. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see, what is this? What is this? Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is. I don't want the sound. Don't want the sound. I mean, seriously. Oh, shit. Back at Tel Aviv. But this is what's weird is, you know, and I know that they don't have great, you know, I know Israel does.
Experience matters. Vote for Sid Miller for Texas Agriculture Commissioner.
That was quick. there is not a lot of live footage coming out besides, this right here. Don't vote for Sid Miller. Fuck him. Vote for me. You don't want to vote for anybody. You want to vote for me. This is what's really, really weird. Okay. So, this is what's really crazy. You go to TikTok Live and you just flip through this stuff. It's regional for the most part. And you got nobody on this shit. This is, seriously. Seriously. You got people talking about it. Yeah. But for the most part, no. You got people doing their own shit. You got people doing their own shit. Here. There's one right here. That's crazy. You have, average day. Ooh, there's some sexy lattes. You just got people just walking around. Minding their own business, doing their own thing. While you got this shit going on. I'm flipping. Here. Disneyland. Yay, Disneyland. Well, you got this shit going on. You got dumbasses. It's just like, yay, we're gonna stop and we're going to, boom. We got this chick right here. Oh, let me show you my boobs, and we're just gonna sit here and stuff like that. And then you got that. It's crazy. I don't fucking get it. I really don't know. I really don't know how anybody can actually do anything wrong. Let's see if there's anything new. I don't honestly think that there's anything new. Let's see. Not a lot of let's see. I really don't think 6 minutes ago, 40 red alerts triggered in Israel. Sirens are screaming from central cities to settlements. How would you be? How would you think that you'd want to be able to live through this? I think it's crazy. I think it's just crazy. Luckily, most of those lights are off. But see in the background, even in the background, you got lights galore. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure where this is at, but they've got sirens going on. Nobody on the streets. Nobody running around or anything like that. Yeah. It's absolutely crazy. Nope. That'll get through. Yep. Like that Ouch. Not exactly sure what's going to happen there.
بشكل مباشر لا ادري. نعم يتم الصياغه الان على الهواء مباشره. يبدو بان هنالك صواريخ سقطت على الارض. نعم يبدو بانه لا ادري لانه كذا او الفي، ولكن اخر نستطيع ان نراه الان على الهواء مباشره وميز للمزيد من الانفجارات. والان تتم هذه كلها صواريخ باليستيه او صواريخ كبيره يتم اطلاقها من قبل الايرانيين على مدينه القدس. انظر الى هذا الوميض. دفاعات جويه كبيره جدا على الهواء مباشره.
So this is funny. This is funny. This is funny.
هذا صاروخ باليستي.
Here is the Iranian.
جانی کثیف و هم به همه عوامل آنها میگویم شما پا روی خط قرمز ما گذاشته.
There's no translation. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. Holy cow.
This is the latest razor developed by Gillette, a super sharp and portable razor.
YouTube.
It features...
I think this is Tel Aviv. I want to say this is Tel Aviv. They keep trying. They keep trying. I want to say, damn it. There was a video a while back that actually showed a bunch of Iran's nuclear and subterranean stuff. I don't think. I mean, they have tons and tons of stuff. Tons and tons of stuff. Let's see. Let's tune in the mic.
Keep in mind, though, regardless of how many they have, how many fighter jets the Iranian military has, you've got to have a runway. You've got to be able to get those things off the runway. You've got to be able to get them up in the air. You have to store them in a safe place. It's possible. Maybe they had 100 fighter jets 2 days ago. Now they've got 0 because we blew them all up. It's entirely possible. Anyway, let's see. I'm asking, I'm doing some research here. How many operational fighter jets does the Iranian military have? Well, okay. As of January of 2026, so a month ago, potentially.
That's a good question.
188. 188 fighter/interceptor aircraft in their total inventory, with an estimated readiness/operational figure of around 103. So operational, ready to go as of a month ago, 103 fighters/interceptors. They might be blown up now. All of them might be gone now, though.
They might be.
And that's a mix, by the way, of F-4 Phantom IIs, F-14 Tomcats, F-5 Tiger IIs, and MiG-29s.
Let's see this. Trying to find some.
So they're using some of the old stuff. They don't have a lot of the. They do not have the cutting edge technology that we have. They're using old stuff. Like Cold War era stuff.
This is live. This is live. This is live footage from Tel Aviv. The sirens are going off. So this is some footage from a little bit earlier. This is some footage from earlier. This is the Iron Dome at work. Baby. But at the same time, there's a lot of ones that are getting through. There's a lot of them getting through. We won't know until later on this afternoon, or later on this evening, tomorrow, our time morning, Israel afternoon, the aftermath. As you can see, there's quite a bit of them going through. That's a replay. That's a replay. That's a replay. Let's see. What happened to Matt Morrison? Oh, that's Associated Press. Now, let's check up on Matt. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if Matt has anything. Did he get off?
Fewer than 45 years. It's all at a minimum 40.
Let's see here. So that's close to his skyline right there. That's Associated Press. So Matt's watching Associated Press. Which is not bad, but at the same time, I don't think there is anything else going on. So, with that, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of anything else going on tonight. To be honest with you. Yes. Stupid ads. Stupid ads. Yeah, I'm not going to pay YouTube. But this right here is a skyline of Tel Aviv. I don't think we're going to hear a whole lot of anything. So for tonight, I am going to go ahead and sign off, and I will pick it right back up tomorrow morning when I wake up with a cup of coffee, some rest, and stuff like that. So for everybody out there, y'all have a blessed and good night.